ونشكره ونستعينه ونستغفره. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I seek Allah's blessing on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah continue to bless him, bless all his companions, bless the entire members of his household, and bless the entire woman of the day of Qiyamah. We pray the Almighty God. We seek his assistance. We seek his forgiveness. I greet you with the best form of greeting, the best form of greetings by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessing of Allah continue to be with all of us. I congratulate you once again. You have gone to the second half of this year's Ramadan 1441. Inshallah, at the end of today, you will have done 17 out of 30 days. May Allah accept it from us as an act of ibadah. As usual, today on Nasrullah Party Nasrat Assalatu online, we have lined up a series of activities. We will read our prayer book. After the prayer book, we'll go to the recitation of the Quran, which we call Tankara. After that, we will listen to the admonition, to the tafsir inherent in that portion of Quran that we want to read. Then we'll read prayer requests, do the fiqh section, and we'll start Surat Yasin. Before the Surat Yasin, we'll listen to lecture, and today's lecturer is coming all the way from Niger State. She's coming from Islamic Education Trust, IET, MENA, Niger State, Northern Nigeria. Sister Miriam Lemu. Udimatela make the assignment easy for her. Today too, we have set aside some time to pray specially for our mothers. The word has dedicated and declared today as the Mother's Day. And the Prophet ﷺ says so much about the importance of motherhood to the extent that he prefers them over us, the men. When we get there, I will narrate an hadith that enjoins us to be nice to our mothers, to be nice to our sisters. We don't matter Allah continue to be with them and reward them for all the assignment they are carrying out on all of us. There's nobody, be a man, be a boy, who will not have passed through a woman. That woman they are talking about is your own mother. What she goes through, raising you up, sleepless night, running up and down to ensure that you are happy, they deserve our prayers. And inshallah today, we'll pray for them. Bless all the mothers of the world. Today, we'll let you know the project that National Party is spearheading. We use the project to put smiles on the faces of those who cannot afford to take care of themselves in the month of Ramadan. It's an opportunity for you to earn double reward, to earn bonuses in the month of Ramadan. Sadaqah is enjoined throughout the year. A sadaqah that is done during the month of Ramadan will attract extra reward. It will give us the opportunity of reaching out to the downtrodden, to the underserved in the community. It's a blessing of Allah. If Allah uses you, makes you an instrument for somebody to have his mate, Allah will have done it directly. Allah uses you. Allah has given you that resources to see whether you are going to take care of the downtrodden around you. Not Allah the party is trying to take the burden from you, but after to take the resources from you, go to do on your behalf. We have set up a project, we call it Nasrat Iftar Fund. I will say more on this project before the end of the program. Today, the missioner who will lead us in the recitation of Nasrullah al-Fati in Nasrat prayer book as we do every Sunday is already in the house. We take us through Nasrullah al-Fati is a society that gathers every Sunday all over the world. We do our fellowship, which we call Assalatu, on Sundays, and the society is located in 344 locations globally. We are in the US, we are in the UK, we are in Canada, we are in Egypt, we are in Cotonou, we are all over the place. We are continue to strengthen the society. The recitation of our Salatu book today will be anchored by one of our Imams Abdul Kabir, Abdul Aziz, Allah Salatu. Allah make the task easy for him. And I said all that we are going to say here today as prayers and as act of ibadah. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursalin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
أعوذ بالله العظيم وبوجهه الكريم وسلطانه القديم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله والحمد لله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وسلم. اللهم اغفر لذنوبي وافتح لي أبواب رحمتك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده أنجز وعدا ونصر عبدا وعاص جندا وهدم العذاب ودا. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. إني وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا ومن أنا من المشركين قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإما ينتقنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه هو السميع العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Ọlọ́run dákun ìyàwó Yésù a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim a'udhu bi rabbil falaq a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim a'udhu bi rabbin nas a'udhu billahi من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويا قوم استغفروا ربكم ثم توبوا إليه يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويزدكم إلى قوتكم ولا تتولوا مجرمين أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه قلت ولم أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn pọ̀lọpọ̀ jù أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه oríjì wa Ọlọ́run ọba أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا 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 فأنصرنا على القوم الكافرين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو الرب العرش الكريم ومن يدعو مع الله إلها آخر لا برهان له به فإنما حسابه عند ربه إنه لا يفلح الكافرون وقل رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين أم يقولون افتراه بل هو الحق من ربك لتنذر قوما ما أتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يهتدون الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش من له من دونه من ولي ولا شفيع فلا تتذكرون يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين ثم جعل نسله من سلالة من ماء مهين ثم سواه ونفخ فيه من روحه وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون وقالوا وإذا ضللنا في الأرض أإنا لفي خلق جديد بل هم بلقاء ربهم كافرون قل يتوفاكم ملك الموت الذي وكل بكم ثم إلى ربكم ترجعون ولو ترى إذ المجرمون ناكسوا رؤوسهم عند ربهم ربنا أبصرنا وسمعنا فرجعنا نعمل صالحا إنا موقنون ولو شئنا لأتينا كل نفس هدى ولكن حق القول مني لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين فذوقوا بما نسيتم لقاء يومكم هذا إنا نسيناكم وذوقوا عذاب الخلد بما كنتم تعملون إنما يؤمن بآياتنا الذين إذا ذكروا بها خروا سجدا وسبحوا بحمد ربهم وهم لا يستكبرون الله أكبر سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة والروح سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة اللهم لك سجدنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة وبك آمنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة وعليك توكلنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة سجدنا وجوهنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة للذي خلقنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة وبصرنا سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة فتبارك الله سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة أحسن الخالقين سبوح والروح عليا يا من يرى من في الضمير ويسمع أنت المعيد لكل ما يتوقع يا من يرجى للشدائد كل غان يا ملك إليك المشتقى والمفزع يا من خزائن رزقي في قولكم أمن فإن الخير عندك أجمع بالدول قد وفيت بابك عالما أن تذلل عند بابك ينفع وبياك من أحببته وبعثته وعجبت دعوة من به يتشفع اجعل لنا من كل ضيق فرجا ولتف بنا يا من إليه مرجع ثم الصلاة على النبي وغالجه خير الخلائق شافع ومشفع سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الله أكبر تتجفى جنوبهم عن المضاجع يدعون ربهم خوفا وطمعا ومما رزقناهم ينفقون فلا تعلم نفس ما أخفي لهم من قرة أعين جزاء بما كانوا يعملون أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون أما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم جنات المأوى نزلا بما كانوا يعملون وأما الذين فسقوا فمأواهم النار كلما أرادوا أن يخرجوا منها أعيدوا فيها وقيل لهم ذوقوا عذاب النار الذي كنتم به تكذبون ولا نذيقنهم من العذاب الأدنى دون العذاب الأكبر لعلهم يرجعون ومن أظلم ممن ذكر بآيات ربه ثم أعرض عنها إنا من المجرمين منتقمون ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب فلا تكن في مرية من لقائه وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل وجعلنا منهم أئمة يهدون بأمرنا لما صبروا وكانوا بآياتنا يوقنون إن ربك هو يفصل بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون أولم يهد لهم كما أهلكنا من قبلهم من القرون يمشون في مساكنهم إن في ذلك لآيات أفلا يسمعون أولم يروا أنا نسوق الماء إلى الأرض الجرز فنخرج به زرعا تأكل منه أنعامهم وأنفسهم أفلا يبصرون ويقولون متى هذا الفتح إن كنتم صادقين قل يوم الفتح لا ينفع الذين كفروا إيمانهم ولا هم ينصرون فأعرض عنهم وأنتظر إنهم منتظرون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فتور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في الضلال الكبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير واعترفوا بذنبهم فسوقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به إنه عليم بذات الصدور ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور أأمنتم ما في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور أم أمنتم ما في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاسبا فستعلمون كيف النذير ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان النكير أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير أمن هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه هدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون قل هو الذي زرعكم في الأرض وإليه تحشرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين فلما رأوا زلفة سيئت وجوه الذين كفروا وقيل هذا الذي كنتم به تدعون قل يا رأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي رحمنا فمن يجر الكافرين من عذاب أليم قل هو الرحمن آمنا به عليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين قل يا رأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين الله رب العالمين اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأن على أهلك ووعدك ما استطعت أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت وأبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل ادعوا الله أو ادعوا الرحمن أيما تدعوا فله الأسماء الحسنى ولا تجهر بصلاتك ولا تخافت بها وابتغ بين ذلك سبيلا فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله لا إله الرحمن لا إله الرحيم لا إله الملك لا إله القدوس لا إله السلام لا إله المؤمن لا إله المهيمن لا إله العزيز لا إله الجبار لا إله المتكبر لا إله الله لا إله الخالق لا إله هو البارئ لا إله المصور لا إله الغفار لا إله القهار لا إله الوهاب لا إله الرزاق لا إله الفتاح لا إله العليم لا إله الله لا إله جل جلاله لا إله القابض لا إله هو الباسط لا إله الخافض لا إله الرافع لا إله المعيذ لا إله المذل لا إله السميع لا إله البصير لا إله الحكم لا إله العدل لا إله اللطيف لا إله الخبير لا إله الحليم لا إله العظيم لا إله الجليل لا إله الكريم لا إله الرقيب لا إله المجيب لا إله الواسع لا إله الحكيم لا إله الودود لا إله الماجد لا إله الباعث لا إله الشهيد لا إله الحق لا إله الوكيل لا إله القوي لا إله الولي لا إله المتين لا إله الحميد لا إله المحسن لا إله المقترب لا إله المميت لا إله الله لا إله جل جلاله لا إله المحيي لا إله المميت لا إله الحي لا إله القيوم لا إله الواجد لا إله هو الماجد لا إله الواجد لا إله الأحد لا إله الصمد لا إله القادر لا إله المقتدر لا إله الله لا إله جل جلاله لا إله جل كتابه لا إله المقدم لا إله المؤخر لا إله الأول لا إله ليس قبلك شيء لا إله الآخر لا إله ليس بعدك شيء لا إله الظاهر لا إله ليس فوقك شيء لا إله الباطن لا إله ليس دونك شيء لا إله الوالي لا إله المتعالي لا إله البر لا إله التواب لا إله المداكم لا إله العفو لا إله الغني لا إله المغني لا إله المانع لا إله الدار لا إله النافع لا إله النور لا إله الهادي لا إله البديع لا إله الباقي لا إله الوارث لا إله رشيد لا إله الصبور لا إله الله لا إله أجب لا إله Olúwa tó dá wa la ilaha Olúwa tó mọ̀ wá la ilaha gbogbo ló mọ̀ wá la ilaha ó fún wa ní jíjẹ la ilaha ó tún fún wa mímu la ilaha òun ló fún wa ní la ilaha ló tún fún wa lò la ilaha ó bá ní ká sanwó la ilaha kò sẹ́ni tó lè san la ilaha òun la fún Musa la ilaha la tún fún Isa la ilaha la bí Ibrahim la ilaha la fún Muhammadu la ilaha Allahu la ilaha Allahu la ilaha Allahu la ilaha illallah la ilaha illallah محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وما بالإله إلا الله الواحد القهار رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما العزيز الغفار لا إله إلا الله الواحد القهار رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما العزيز الغفار لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقل الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله ọlọ́run tó bí lọ́ba wallahu akbar ọlọ́run ló ga jùlọ wallahu akbar wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah mímọ́ fọlọ́run ọba subhanallah akiri ọlọ́run ọba walhamdulillah ọpẹ́ yẹ wá ọlọ́run ọba wala ilaha illallah kò sẹ́lómi lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ wallahu akbar ọlọ́run ló tóbi jùlọ wallahu akbar ọlọ́run ló ga jùlọ wallahu akbar wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim kalimatani حبيبتان على اللسان ثقيلتان في الميزان حبيبتان إلى الرحمن سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله Olúwa ó ṣé o سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله أوفوس سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله لما صبوا سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله أبني رأسي سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله adúpẹ́ fún ẹ سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله ọdún tó bá wà سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله tó bá wà láyé o سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله ọkùn tí ń lò pín سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله làwọn fi ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله wọ́n fèyí tó pín سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله ولا بادوبة سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته سبحان الله والحمد لله أستغفر الله لا إله mímọ́ Olúwa subhanallah walhamdulillah astaghfirullah la ilaha ọpẹ́ Olúwa subhanallah walhamdulillah astaghfirullah la ilaha wá foríjì wá subhanallah walhamdulillah astaghfirullah la ilaha illallah Allahu ayyuhu qayyum Àlàyé l'Olúwa Allahu ayyuhu qayyum ọba láéláé Allahu ayyuhu qayyum tàbí lórí kiri Allahu ayyuhu qayyum látún fi tẹ́wọ́ sí ẹ Allahu ayyuhu qayyum kọ́kọ́ foríjì wá Allahu ayyuhu qayyum ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa pọ̀ púpọ̀ gan Allahu ayyuhu qayyum wala Muhammadu Allahu ayyuhu qayyum دائم حي سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعنت الوجوه للحي القيوم وقد خاب من عمل ظلما ومن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا يخاف سلما ولا قدما ولا يغي يا قيوم على لا اله وقال Olúwa يا غي يا قيوم على لا ọba lọ́nà ọba lórí ó yá غي يا قيوم على لا ọba tó lọ́jọ́ gbogbo yá غي يا قيوم على لا òbí máa nìkan òbí yá غي يا قيوم على لا ọba tí kò lórogún yá غي يا قيوم على لا Olúwa mi kò láfijọ́ yá غي يا قيوم على لا ẹ jẹ́ ká tàbí kiri ó yá غي يا قيوم على لا bọ́bá tó ṣẹ̀dá àgbàwá yá غي يا قيوم على لا ẹ jẹ́ ká porúkọ Olúwa yá غي يا قيوم على لا káàbì ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ ń ọba yá غي يا قيوم على لا kọjá kún kó gbàdúrà wá yá غي يا قيوم على لا níbi ogun kòrónà yóò yá غي يا قيوم على لا Olúwa bá wà lé lọ yá غي يا قيوم على لا tó bá ṣe pẹ́sẹ̀ ní yá غي يا قيوم على لا Olúwa wọ́n forí ìdíwọ́ yá غي يا قيوم على لا Rabbana ya Rabbana ya غي يا قيوم على لا Salamuna Rabbusana ya غي يا قيوم على لا إلى مدبر لنا يا غي يا قيوم على لا وترحمنا يا غي يا قيوم على لا Olúwa lanakunana ya غي يا قيوم على لا من الخاسرين يا غي يا قيوم على لا dákun wá dáríjì wá yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọmọ tó ń ṣe pọ́ọ̀gùn ní yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Olúwa bá wa ṣẹ́gun yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Wala Musa wala Isa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Wala Muhammadu yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Tètè wá dá wa lóhùn yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọlọ́run yìí ni Musa wí yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Lókè túrì sí nínà yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ó tún fi ń bọ́ lọ́hùn sọ̀rọ̀ yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Olúwa kó wọlá Musa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Bí wọ́n ṣe kún ọ̀tá ara wa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọ̀tá ilé ọ̀tá òde yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń ṣe bí ọ̀tá ó yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọ̀tá tó ń ṣe bí ọ̀rẹ́ yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Bí wọ́n borí mùnáfíkí ó yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọlọ́run yìí ni rí sáwì yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Lọ́run fi ìlàjú afọ́jú yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Lọ́run fi ìjókòó dìde yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Lọ́run fi ìgbàrọ̀ dìde yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Àní gbogbo mùjísà yìí yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ìmísí láàgì ló ń ṣe wọ́n yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ẹ má jẹ́ òpàrọ̀ tàwa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Kò sí mìíràkù níbi kan yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ọ̀dọ̀ Olúwa nígbà dáwà yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Òun la fún Muhammadu yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Muhammadu Mustafa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Muhammadu Mujtaba yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Muhammadu Murtada yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ó fi dá síwájú báyé yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Khairu khalikina yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Dákun wàlá Muhammadu yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ó ti lówó kò lówó máa yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Adéwo ni màá fi kan wá yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Òun kírun kò kírun mọ́ yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Adéwo ni kò má fi kan wá yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Làwọn fi ṣe rọ̀bà náà yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Látúnṣe kúlú bàná yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Bájà yìí sí adé ìdáná yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Olúwa bàbá kú lànà yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Bílẹ̀dùn kàràrà màtá yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Ìdáka àtàlí bàbá kú yá Hayyu yá Qayyum. Alala gàdìlá ìdàlá ya Rabbi sọ̀lí ala Muhammadin wa sayyidi sadati. Musalla ala Muhammadin ya Rabbi sọ̀lí ala Muhammadin wa sayyidi sadati. Nabi Muhammad يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح والمصباح بزجاجة والزجاجة كان كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه النور ولا النور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم يا رب صل على محمد وسيد ساداتي وبارك بنا اللهم يا ربي صل على محمد وسيد ساداتي نبي محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه تسليما ọlọ́run bàbá ṣèkẹ́ṣèkẹ́ bá síwájú ẹ̀dá Muhammad àtàwọn ará ilé rẹ̀ àtàwọn olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ìkẹ́ rẹ̀ tí yóò lè tán Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi tẹ̀sílímà ọlọ́run ọba ṣèkẹ́ṣèkẹ́ kọ́ síwájú ẹ̀dá Muhammad àtàwọn ará ilé rẹ̀ àtàwọn alásàlátù ìkẹ́ rẹ̀ tí yóò ní tán Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallimu taslima Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammadin kama sallaita ala sayyidina Ibrahima wa ala ali sayyidina Ibrahima fil alamina innaka hamidum majid Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa azwajihi wa zurriyatihi kama sallaita ala sayyidina Ibrahima wa ala ali sayyidina Ibrahima wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa azwajihi wa zurriyatihi kama barakta ala sayyidina Ibrahima wa ala ali sayyidina Ibrahima innaka hamidum majid Allahumma ij'al salataka wa rahmataka wa barakatika ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammadin كما جعلتها على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد سباتهم قد ألفت باتباعه وجمع رسول الله لا يتشاء اللهم بقدوتك سباتهم قد ألفت باتباعه وجمع رسول الله لا اللهم بارك سباتهم قد ألفت باتباعه وجمع رسول الله لا يتشابه ثم صلاة وسلام سلم على النبي مصطفى dábò gbàdúrà wa sùnmọ́ sọ́lá tó wá sàlámù sẹ́rí mọ́dà lánàbí mọ́sítọ́fà ولا محمد ثم صلاة وسلام سلم على النبي المصطفى لقد فاز من كان الرسول إمامه يقود بنا والنجاة إمامه ويا رب انصرنا ونصر عزيزا بجاه رسول الله وموسى كذا اجاو الى المجلس ويا رب انصرنا ونصر عزيزا بجاه رسول الله وموسى كذا اجاك وصلوا كجوي ويا رب انصرنا ونصر عزيزا بداية رسول الله وموسى كذا عيسى ويا رب يا الله اغفر ذنوبنا ويسر لنا المقصودا في الدين والدنيا وصل على المختار في سدد العلو خرجنا به من كل ضيق وغمة دخلنا به بسر أمن وعصمة أتتنا به لله أسباب نعمة ليكنا به سباق من كل أمة ولولاه كان البعد يسبيك لكل فيا ربنا في أرضه وسمائه ويا رزقنا في أرضه Olúwa tún ti dé wáyà màbúdàná bí àrídì wàsámàrí ọlọ́nàbí ló fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọlọ́run àmìtìná aládàsídìkìná. Ànábì tèmi ànábì tẹ̀yìn fàyínà wàsúlì àṣìwákì yáyà bídà ọlọ́nàbí ni ọwọ́ mọ́ wa lára àyàṣùkù balẹ̀ náà lè ká ìṣòro. هنالك إذا الدين لم يتم الفرا كانت الدنيا صلى على محمد صلى على محمد صلى على ẹjẹ́ jọmọ́ yòókó sí ọlọ́run sọ̀lí àlá Muhammadi sọ̀lí àlá. Ànábì tèmi ànábì tẹ̀yìn ànábì tàwa sọ̀lá àlá Muhammadi sọ̀lí àlá. Ó ṣe wọ̀ lórí ọjọ́ méjèèjì ẹ̀kadà wà ànábì sọ̀lá àlá Muhammadi sọ̀lí àlá. Bímọ kan wò ní bí wà ànábì sọ̀lí àlá Muhammadi sọ̀lí àlá. Ṣẹ̀dá ọlọ́run kò ní dẹ́rù ànábì máa sọ̀lí àlá Muhammadi sọ̀lí àlá. Allahumma ya Rabbi sọ̀lí àlá. Allahumma ya Rabbi sọ̀lí àlá. Wa sayyidi saadati nabiyyin. Wa ya Rabbi inni tajibu min khatiyati. وخذ بيدي وستر بفضلك حوبتي وجدني بعفو منك قبل منيتي بذنبي بأوساري ركبت بصلتي متى يتلف لجن وطيبات تقرب أنا مسلم وأثبات بذنبي ميتا ولي عمل في لوي قد صر مسبدا دعوتك مضطرا بطارا واليتا أجسني أجري من دار قمري إلى متى بيدك لغوثر أرني يورثه بدأت بذكر الله مدي مقدما وأصلي بأمد الله شكرا معظما وخاتم قولي بصلاة وإنما أصلي صلاة تملأ الأرض والسماء على ما له ولا الغلا متبوه صدق على محمد صل على اللهم يا ربي صل على وسيد ساداتي نبي يا غير خلق الله أفتحت عمدتي فخذ بيدي إني جعلتم بشكوتي وكن جابرا يوم المعاد بغربتي بمديك غرج الله يكفر صلتي ولو كنت عبدا الله أمري يسلب كثير قليل في مناكب فضله فلولاه ما كنا هدينا بسبله ولم تخلق دراني إلا لأجله تبارك من يشاء غير رسله وأمته قد أخرجت غير أمتي صدق على محمد صل على اللهم يا ربي صل على وسيد ساداتي نبي وسيد الأكرمين نبي محمد وسيد القائمين نبي محمد وسيد الراكعين نبي محمد وسيد الساجدين نبي محمد وسيد السالمين نبي محمد وسيد المتقين نبي محمد وسيد الشاكرين نبي محمد وسيد المستغفرين نبي محمد وسيد المباشرين نبي محمد وسيد المرسلين نبي محمد على يا رسول الله يا رسول الله يا رسول الله يا حبيب الله يا حبيب الله كنت رجاءنا وكنت بنا برا ولم تك جافيا وكنت رحيما غاديا ومغالما ليبكي عليك اليوم ما كان باكيا بدال رسول الله بدال رسول الله بدال رسول الله أمي وخالتي وأمي وخالي ثم نفسي وماليا لو كانت الدنيا تدوم لأهلها لكان رسول الله حيا وباكيا ولو أنا رب الناس يبقى نبينا سيدنا ولكن أمره كان ماديا عليك من الله سلام طيّة ومدخل جنتي من الله علم راديا كذلك يا نبي سلام ربي على المختار سيدنا محمد إمام المرسلين له المسايا جميع الرسل صلى به محمد ولا يأتي نبي بعده ختام رسل سيدنا محمد وإذا قبضك الأعوال يوما وبالمسيار صل على محمد ولا تترك رسول الله يوما فمن يغنى صلاة على محمد شفاء للقلوب لا ودياه ونور مستمد من محمد بها يسر وتفريد لقلبي لمن يهدى صلاة على محمد بها الأسرار والأنوار كثيرا ورد الصلاة على محمد وأفضلها إذا ما كنت يوما برودته تصلي على محمد صل على محمد صل على أبوما يا ربي صل على وسيد ساداتي نبي Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Muhammadu ya Rasulallah. Mustafa Muhammad Mujtaba Muhammad Mujtaba Aṣíwájú ayé olùbíní ìmọ̀nà olùtọ́ni sọ́nà Ànábì Muhammad báwa kẹ́mu ọmọ wa báwa kẹ́mu ọmọ wa Ànábì tó sọ pé umati báwa kẹ́mu ọmọ yẹn Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa azwajihi wa dhurriyyatihi wa sallimu taslima ya Rasulallah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàlá Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ọ̀rọ̀ wa dọwọ́ rẹ̀ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàlá Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àti dáwọ̀ sí ẹ̀ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ọwọ́ wa tí àtẹ́ ò sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ya Rasulallah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A kò ní gbàgbé rẹ̀ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàkẹ́ Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àwàlá Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Àti dáwọ̀ sí ẹ̀ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ọwọ́ wa tí àtẹ́ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Kámẹ́ta ló fi fò sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Kámẹ́ fi dámọ̀ sí sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. 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 Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun alal mursalin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta alayka tawakkaltu wa anta rabbul arshil azim. Ma sha'a Allahu kana wa man lam yasal lam yakun. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. A'lamu anna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir wa anna Allaha qad ahata bi kulli shay'in ilma. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min sharri nafsi wa min sharri kulli dabbatin anta akhidhun bi nasiyatiha. Inna rabbi ala siratin mustaqim. Allahumma إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر ومن عذاب القبر لا إله إلا أنت اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال اللهم إني أعوذ بك من قلب لا يخشى ونفس لا يشبع وعلم لا ينفع ودعاء لا يستجاب له اللهم رب الناس عذب البعث اشفي أنت شافي لا شفاء إلا شفاؤك شفاء لا يغادر سقما وإذ صرفنا إليك النفر من الجن يستمعون القرآن فلما أدروا قالوا أنصتوا فلما قضي والله إلى قومهم منذرين قالوا يا قومنا إنا سمعنا كتابا أنزل من بعد موسى مصدقا لما بين يديه يهدي إلى الحق وإلى طريق مستقيم يا قومنا أجيبوا داعي الله وآمنوا به يغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويجركم من عذاب أليم اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء والبلاء اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء والبلاء اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء اللهم جاب اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء اللهم اجعل قصصي اللهم اصرف عنا الوباء والبلاء يا جافي الآفات ادفع عنا الآفات يا جافي الآفات ادفع عنا الآفات ولقد سبقت كلماتنا لعبادنا المرسلين إنه لهم المنصور وإن جندنا لهم الغالبون ربي نجني وآلي ملونا ربي نجني وآلي منطقة يا ربي نجني وآلي منطقة يا ربي نجني وآلي مما يعملون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم يا غني يا قيوم يا دافع يا قاهر يا قهار اجعل من أرادنا بالدور بقارك يا من أخرج آدم من الجنة وراده بقولي ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لا نكونن من الخاسرين آمين ويا من ضر أيوب وشفاه بقولي وأيوب إذ نادى ربه أني مسني الضر وأنت أرحم الراحمين فاستجبنا له فكشفنا ما به من ضر وآتيناه أهله ومثله معهم رحمة من عندنا وذكرى للعابدين آمين ويا من جعل دارا لموسى ونجاهم بقوله ربنا إنك آتيت فرعون وملأه زينة وأموالا في الحياة الدنيا ربنا ليضلوا عن سبيلك ربنا اطمس على أموالهم واسدد على قلوبهم فلا يؤمنوا حتى يروا العذاب العليم أيا من رفع عيسى إلى السماء بقوله ومن قتلوه وما صلبوه ولكن شبه لهم وإن الذين اختلفوا فيه لفي شك منه ما له به من علم إلا اتباع الظن وما قتلوه يقينا علينا بل رفعه الله إليه وكان الله عزيزا حكيما آمين. ويا من جعل يونس في بطن الحوت وأخرجه بقوله لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين آمين. ويا من نجا نوحا وقومه مما الطوفان بقوله فإذا استويت أنت ومن معك على الفلك وقل الحمد لله الذي نجانا من القوم الظالمين وقل ربي أنزلني منزلا مباركا وأنت خير المنزلين آمين. ويا من سلم إبراهيم من نار نمرود بقوله قلنا يا نار كوني بردا والسلام على إبراهيم وأرادوا به كيدا فجعلناهم الأخسرين. سلمنا من كل البصر والحزن والهم والغم والدور والشر والفقر والمرض والشقاق والفسوق ومن كل ذي شر ومن جميع مصائب الدنيا والآخرة يا أرحم الراحمين آمين. ويا من أخرج يوسف من غيابة الجب وزينه بالحسنى بقوله ربي قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما والحقني بالصالحين. يا قديم الإحسان إحسانك القديم يا دائم يا قائم يا كريم حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير. واذكر عبدنا أيوب إذ نادى ربه أني مسني الشيطان بنصب وعذاب يقول تلك هذا مغتسل بارد وشراب ووهبنا له أهله ومثلهم معه رحمة منا وذكرى لأولي الألباب. وتوكل على العزيز الرحيم الذي يراك حين تقوم وتقلبك في الساجدين إنه هو سميع العليم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله àwọn tí bá lọ ń dúró àsìbúnà ńlá ó wà ní mọ́líwákìlò àsìbúnà ńlá. àwọn tí gbára lé àsìbúnà ńlá ó wà ní mọ́líwákìlò àsìbúnà ńlá. ó gbàdúrà tọ́lọ́run ọba àsìbúnà ńlá ó wà ní mọ́líwákìlò àsìbúnà ńlá. mo ní jogún òfò àsìbúnà ńlá ó wà ní mọ́líwákìlò àsìbúnà ńlá ó wà ní mọ́líwákìlò. الذين قال لهم الناس إن الناس قد جمعوا لكم فخشوا فصدقوا إيمانا وقالوا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. فانقلبوا بنعمة من الله وفضل لم يمسسهم سوء واتبعوا رضوان الله والله ذو فضل عظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وجاهدوا في الله حق جهاده هو اجتباكم ومن جعل عليكم في الدين من حرج ملة أبيكم إبراهيم هو سماكم المسلمين من قبل وفي هذا ليكون الرسول شاهدا عليكم وتكونوا شهداء على الناس فأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واعتصموا بالله هو مولاكم فنعم المولى ونعم النصير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله اللطيف بعباده يرزق من يشاء وهو القوي العزيز. يا لطيف يا Olúwa ya Rasaku ya Olúwa ya Sataru ya Allahu ya Wadudu àwọn tí ké pè wọ́n yá Latifu dákun dá wọn lóhùn ya Rasaku وبين ويا ستار يا الله يا ودود يا الله يا ودود يا ودود يا ودود يا سلام العرش المجيد يا مبدع يا معيد يا فعال لمن يريد أسألك بنور وجهك الذي ملا أركان عرشك وبقدراتك التي قدرت بها على خلقك وبرحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء أنت وسعت كل شيء رحمة وعلما لا إله إلا أنت يا مغيث وغثني يا مغيث وغثني يا مغيث وغثني يا غياث المستغيثين وغثني يا غياث المستغيثين وغثني ربي إني مغلوب فانتصر واجبر قلبي علم قدير ربي لا تكلني إلى بكاء ولا تعوجني إلى بار واغنني عن كل يا ملك إليه المستند وعليه المعتمد وهو الواحد الفرد الصمد لا شريك له ولا خذ بيدي من الضلال إلى رشده ونجني من كل ضيق ونقد وأفوض أمري إلى الله إن الله بصير وأفوض أمري إلى الله إن الله بصير بالعباد يا خالق النفس من النفس يا مخرج النفس من النفس ويا مخلص النفس من النفس أخلص يا ثم سبيلا يا ولا بوي ثم سبيلا دكو ولا ثم سبيلا يا سرقو بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا عين صاد ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال ربي إني وأنا العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت واتي آكرا فعبدي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله ربي رضيا أعوذ بكلمة الله التامة من غضبه وشر عباده ومن همزة الشياطين وأن يحضرون بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم الله لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لمن منعت ولا رد لما قضيت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما اللهم إني عبدك وابن عبدك وابن عمتك ناصية بيدك ماضي فيها حكمك عدل فيها قضاؤك أسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن ربيع قلبي ونور صدري وجلاء حزني وذهاب همي وعبد في مكان حزني فرحا آمين ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم يقولون إلا كذبا فلعلك بايع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا وإنا لجاهلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ يأوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. الفاتحة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once again. Inshallah, our Tankara for today, we shall be reading from Surat Al-Baqarah and Surat Al-Ma'arij. Surat Al-Baqarah, that is Quran 69. We are reading from verse 1 to verse 52. That is the last verse of the chapter. And inshallah, Surat Al-Ma'arij, Quran 70, we are reading from verse 1 to verse 18. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward us and accept it as an act of ibadah. Ameen. Bawalaye o, bawalaye o, bawalaye o, bawalaye o, fún wa lẹ́mìí gígùn pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà ara, fún wa lẹ́mìí gígùn pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà ara. A gbà pé dandan ni kú àtúbọ̀tán wa jẹ́ òdà. A gbà pé dandan ni kú àtúbọ̀tán wa jẹ́ òdà. Bó di ní kìyàmá fi wá sálùjánnà rẹ̀. Bó di ní kìyàmá fi wá sálùjánnà rẹ̀. Kó tó di ní kìyàmá já táyé mọ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀. Kó tó di ní kìyàmá já táyé mọ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Al-Haqqa.
Al-Haqqa.
Mal-Haqqa.
Mal-Haqqa.
Wa ma adraka mal-Haqqa.
Wa ma adraka mal-Haqqa.
كذبت ثمود وعاد بالقارعة.
كذبت ثمود وعاد بالقارعة.
فأما ثمود فأهلكوا بالطاغية.
فأما ثمود فأهلكوا بالطاغية.
وأما عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية.
وأما عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية.
سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما.
سخرا عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما.
فترى القوم فيها صرعا.
فترى القوم فيها صرعا.
كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية.
كأنكم أعجاز نخل خاوية.
فهل ترى لهم من باقية.
فهل ترى لهم من باقية.
وجاء فرعون ومن قبله والمؤتفكات بالخاطئة
وجاء فرعون ومن قبله والمؤتفكات بالخاطئة
وعصوا رسول ربهم فأخذهم أخذة رابية
فعصى رسول ربهم فأخذهم أخذة رابيا
إنا لما طغى الماء حملناكم في الجارية
إنا لما طغى الماء حملناكم في الجارية
لنجعلها لكم تذكرة وتعيها أذن واعية
لنجعلها لكم تذكرة وتعيها أذن واعية
فإذا نفخ في الصور نفخة واحدة
وإذا نفخ في الصور نفخة واحدة
وحملت الأرض والجبال فدكتا دكة واحدة
وحملت الأرض والجبال فدكتا دكة واحدة
فيومئذ وقعت الواقعة
فيومئذ وقعت الواقعة
وانشقت السماء فهي يومئذ واهية
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 والملك على أرجائها
والملك ولا أرجائها
ويحمل عرش ربك فوقهم يومئذ ثمانية
ويحمل عرش ربك فوقه يومئذ ثمانية
يومئذ تعرضون لا تخفى منكم خافية
يومئذ تعرضون لا تخفى منكم خافية
فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه
فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه
فيقول هاؤم اقرءوا كتابيه
ويقول هاؤم اقرءوا كتابيه
إني ظننت أني ملاق حسابيه
إني ظننت أني ملاق حسابيه
فهو في عيشة راضية
فهو في العيشة الراضية
في جنة عالية
في جنة عالية
قطوفها دانية
قطوفها دانية
كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما أسلفتم في الأيام الخالية
كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما أسلفتم في الأيام الخالية
وأما من أوتي كتابه بشماله
وأما من أوتي كتابه بشماله
ويقول يا ليتني لم أوت كتابيا
فيقول يا ليتني لم أوت كتابيا
ولم أدر ما حسابيا
ولم أدر ما حسابيا
يا ليتها كانت القاضية
يا ليتها كانت القاضية
ما أغنى عني ماليا
ما أغنى عني ماليا
هلك عني سلطانيا
هلك عني سلطانيا
خذوه فغلوه
خذوه فغلوه
ثم الجحيم صلوه
ثم الجحيم صلوه
ثم في سلسلة ذرعها 70 ذراعا فاسلكوه
ثم في سلسلة زرعها 70 ذراعا فاسلكوه
إنه كان لا يؤمن بالله العزيز
إنه كان لا يؤمن بالله العزيز
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين
فليس له اليوم هاهنا حميم
فليس له اليوم هاهنا حميم
ولا طعام إلا من غسلين
ولا طعام إلا من غسلين
لا يأكله إلا الخاطئون
لا يقاتلون
فلا أقسم بما تبصرون
ولا أقسم بما تبصرون
وما لا تبصرون
وما لا تبصرون
إنه لقول رسول كريم
إنه لقول رسول كريم
وما هو بقول شاعر
وما هو بقول شاعر
قليلا ما تؤمنون
قليلا ما تؤمنون
ولا بقول كاهن
ولا بقول كاهن
قليلا ما تذكرون
قليلا من تذكرون
تنزيل من رب العالمين
تنزيل من رب العالمين
ولو تقول علينا بعض الأقاويل
ولو تقول علينا بعد الأقاويل
لأخذنا منه باليمين
لغسل منه باليمين
ثم لقطعنا منه الوتين
ثم لقطعنا منه الوتين
وما منكم من أحد عنه حاجزين
وما منكم من أحد عنه عاجزين
وإنه لتذكرة للمتقين
وإنه لتذكرة للمتقين
وإنا لنعلم أن منكم مكذبين
وإنا لنعلم أن منكم مكذبين
وإنه لحسرة على الكافرين
وإنه لحسرة على الكافرين
وإنه لحق اليقين
وإنه لحق اليقين
فسبح باسم ربك العظيم
فسبح باسم ربك العظيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
سأل سائل بعذاب واقع
سأل سائل بعذاب واقع
للكافرين ليس له دافع
للكافرين ليس له دافع
من الله ذي المعارج
من الله ينزل المعارج
تعرج الملائكة والروح إليه
تعرج الملائكة والروح إليه
في يوم كان مقداره 50,000 سنة
في يوم كان مقداره
صبرا جميلا
فاصبر صبرا جميلا
إنهم يرونه بعيدا
إنه يرونه بعيدا
ونراه قريبا
ونراه قريبا
يوم تكون السماء كالمهل
يوم تكون السماء كالمهل كالمهل
وتكون الجبال كالعهن
وتكون الجبال كالعهن
ولا يسأل حميم حميما
ولا يسأل حميم حميما
يبصرونهم يود المجرم لو يفتدي من عذاب يومئذ ببنيه
يود المجرم لو يفتدي من عذاب يومئذ ببنيه
وصاحبته وأخيه
وأخيه
وفصيلته التي تؤويه
وفضيلته التي تؤويه
ومن في الأرض جميعا ثم ينجيه
وما في الأرض جميعا
إنها لظى
كلا إنها لظى
نزاعة للشوى
للشوى
تدع من أدبر وتولى
تدعو من أدبر وتولى
وجمع فأوعى صدق الله مولانا العزيز
صدق الله مولانا العظيم
ولا يوم fún ẹlẹ́mì gígùn
pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà ara fún ẹlẹ́mì gígùn pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà ara.
Àgbà pé dandan ní ikú
Àtúbọ̀tán wa jẹ́ òdà. Àgbà pé dandan ní ikú àtúbọ̀tán wa jẹ́ òdà. Bó di ní kìyà ó máa fi wá sàlùjọ́nà rẹ̀. Bó di ní kìyà ó máa fi wá sàlùjọ́nà rẹ̀.
Ó tó di ní kìyà máa
Jẹ́ àtàyé mọ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀. Kò tó di ní kìyà
máa
jẹ́ àtàyé mọ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀.
Subhana rabbika
Rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamun alal mursalin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the tafsir of Tankara. The theme of our Tankara today centered on the sure reality, al-haqqah. When we talk about sure reality, we are talking about a day that is inevitable. Inevitable in the sense that it is unstoppable. It will occur. It will happen. When we talk about the reality, sure reality, al-haqqah is one of the names given to resurrection, Qiyamah. Allah has used different names. Allah called it the day of terror, the day of reckoning, the day of pandemonium. There are several names that Almighty Allah has used in order to describe this day. Allah used those names in order to show the seriousness of that day. And Allah says there is nothing that can stop it. It is a day that will definitely occur. Now, the seriousness of that day, brother and sister in Islam, is explained in what Almighty Allah has done to some nations because of their negligence of this day. Allah gave the example of the Ad and the Thamud. Allah said He destroyed them because of their negligence of that day. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah has given us several warnings. He has given us several counsels. Even He has given us threats in order to show the seriousness of that day. What all this indicates is that we should take that day seriously. Seriously in the sense that if it is so serious to the extent that Almighty Allah could destroy a nation because of negligence of that day, it is a signal to all of us that we must take it so seriously. Now, Almighty Allah has given us example of what will happen on that day. And what will happen? Allah says is a reality. It's not a tale by moonlight. Nothing can stop it. If nothing can stop it, it is incumbent upon Muslims to take that day seriously, as Almighty Allah has given us the warning. We have people today, brothers and sisters in Islam, who neglects that day, consciously or unconsciously. You can say consciously, some people don't even believe in that day. Perhaps they believe that it's possible for Almighty Allah to assemble different parts of human body that has been used probably to build houses for construction and all the rest. Is to some people, oh no, it's impossible. But Allah is telling us that it is possible. Allah will do it. Allah will definitely make that day a reality. Brother and sister in Islam, we have some people who don't believe in that day, like the Arabs before they accepted Islam. They believe that once they live and they die, that will be the end of their lives. And I say perhaps they are wrong. And we have people today who unconsciously neglect that day. They unconsciously, because they don't make adequate preparation for it. Preparation for that day is a serious business. Once you know that you can be doomed, a reasonable person will make adequate preparation. But unfortunately, there are so many people today who do not make preparation for that day. The next question we need to address is that how do we now make preparation for that serious day, that day of inevitable? What do we do? Brothers and sisters in Islam of Almighty Allah, we struggle as much as possible in order to satisfy Allah, in order to be closer to Almighty Allah during Ramadan. What that indicates is that perhaps we are hoping to meet Almighty Allah as an ideal Muslim. But unfortunately, after Ramadan, brothers and sisters in Islam, a lot of people go back to their old habits. Old habits, they say, die very slowly. Therefore, if we can live a normal life as Muslims during Ramadan, we do tilawat al-Quran, we do the tahajjud, we run away from the don'ts and we'll also try to do the do's as recommended by Almighty Allah. What it means is that we are preparing for that day. But unfortunately today, the lessons that we learn from Ramadan, that should be a kind of resurrection, the day of reckoning. We try as much as possible to be closer to Allah during Ramadan. What it means is that we must also retain those things. We can now say, by reading the Holy Quran constantly, by getting admonition from the Quran constantly, and by behaving or implementing the Holy Quran. Why the character of the prophet, the wife Aisha, the prophet, was Quran. Quran in the sense that when we of man will turn towards Almighty Allah and we will do as expected of us. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah created us for a purpose, and the purpose is to worship Him in order to attain that reality, in order to attain success on the day of resurrection. What it means is that we must try as much as possible to consult the Holy Quran. We must try as much as possible to implement the Holy Quran so that we want us to be. But today, the Holy Quran to so many people means different things. Some people believe that instead of getting guidance from the Holy Quran as a way of preparing for resurrection, they use it for different plans. Is to prepare us for that resurrection, so that following the Holy Quran will now give us, Almighty Allah is telling us that that day is unstoppable. That day is the day of terror. There are some people who will collect their certificate or testimonial or whatever you can call it with their right hand. Those are the successful ones. Those are the ones that will go to paradise. Don't let us forget that whatever we do on the surface of the earth, no matter how bad it is, if we do something, no matter how minute it is, We may say, oh, this is minor. It is minor to us, but Almighty Allah, it is not minor. Allah is willing to give us adequate reward. And at the same time, we commit sin, we do all sorts of things, and we don't care. Oh, how can Allah punish me for this? Oh, that is minor. It is done all over the world. Brothers and sisters in Islam, those things may be the reasons why some people will be doomed on the day of reckoning, despite the warnings of a person. It will be unfortunate for a man who, despite the warnings of Almighty Allah, still finds himself committing sins, still finds himself to be doomed on the day of reckoning. Allah gives us the example of nations that he has destroyed because of their negligence. Should we now follow the steps of those that have been destroyed? Or we now learn from what has happened to them? We refine our quality, our character. We try to please Almighty Allah to the best of our abilities, so that that day will be a day for us to smile. That day will be a day for us to be happy. That day will be for us that the angels will welcome us. They will welcome us to paradise with salam. We pray to Almighty Allah to enable us to do what is good, so that on that day we find the mercy of Almighty Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد النبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we praise him for this opportunity given to us. Inshallah, we are continuing the discussion on tayammum as well as we have discussed it last week. Don't forget, we have discussed the definition for tayammum. Then we have brought the scriptural evidences for tayammum. Scriptural evidences from the Quran and the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't forget that we also discussed that we have so many opinions on tayammum by the scholars, but we in Nasfat, we go by the one that is easier and also popular with the most of the scholars, inshallah. But this week we are going to take on how to perform tayammum and who is also to perform tayammum. That is the condition that warrant performing tayammum. Who is to perform tayammum and the conditions that warrant performing tayammum. Number one, we know that performing tayammum is always in the absence of water. But here, one is permitted to perform tayammum if one cannot find water on the amount one finds is insufficient for ablution. If you have water, but the water is not sufficient for ablution, you are permitted to perform tayammum. We have evidences in that from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu. One hadith by Imran bin Hussein said, we were with Messenger of Allah during a journey when he led the people in prayer, but one man stayed apart. He asked him what prevented him from praying, and he said, I need the ritual bath because of having a wet dream and there is no water. Then the Messenger sallallahu said you should use soil for the insufficiency of that water. So number two, if one is injured or ill, then injury that using water will also be harmful to such person. Then such person is also allowed to perform tayammum. Number three, if water is cold enough to physically harm the user. If water is too cold, especially if it is during Harmattan or a very cold weather, in some countries we have it like that, then tayammum is allowed when water is available. But if it is too cold and cannot be heated or there is no public bathroom available, then such a person is also allowed to perform tayammum. All these we have. Then number four, if water is nearby but one cannot fetch it due to fear, if there's something that is harmful, maybe you want to go to river to fetch the water, even in this situation of ours today, there is all this unrest here and there, then you are afraid to go and fetch water. If you don't have water inside your house, then you are free to perform tayammum. Now, number 5, if one is saving his water for later use, the water is not sufficient, then you have just little water, maybe to drink or to perform to prepare your food. Then the next thing for you is to perform tayammum. Then number 6, if one can get water but fears that the prayer will be over by the time he gets the water. You know, there's water. You want to perform tayammum. You want to perform ablution. But you know that before you even finish the ablution, the prayer must have been finished. Then the next thing for you is to perform tayammum. Then some scholars have the opinion that you don't need to repeat the salat again. Then we now take on the soil that is supposed to be used for tayammum. It must be pure soil. We have this in the Quran as well. Quran 5 verse 6. Fatayammamu sa'idan tayyiban. Perform tayammum with pure soil. So it must be pure soil and sand, stone, gypsum, and so on like that, according to the Quran verse. Now, alhamdulillah, performing tayammum, we now go straight to how to perform tayammum. In Nasfat, we have those ones that we take as our own option, so that majority of our members and even majority of the Muslims can also abide with. We also have it that performing tayammum and end it at the wrist is fardu. Then, if you can extend it to the elbow, it is sunnah. It is even good that you perform the fardu and the sunnah together. The fardu for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sunnah by abiding by the practice of the Prophet sallallahu. So it is good that you perform the two together. So when you are to perform tayammum, you start by striking your hands. You put your hands, the two hands, the palm, you place the two palms on the soil, on the pure sand. Then on that upon which tayammum is valid, and the first time the whole face will be white. We have the pictures, they even show the pictures to us, the step by step of tayammum as I'm explaining. So you place your hands on the two palms on the sand, then you strike it, you make sure that you place it very well so that the particles will not enter your eyes. Then you try to rub your face. Then from there, you start rubbing your right hand to the elbow. As we said that to the wrist is fardu, to the elbow is sunnah. So we prefer to use the two, both the fardu and the sunnah, from the hands to the elbow. You bring it back again. You now use the right palm again to rub the left hand from the hand to the wrist to the elbow. And inshallah, there are some opinions that you even separate the place of the hands for the two, but we prefer that, according to Imam Malik that the most famous scholar we follow in the West Africa, that placing the hands on the first time is enough for both the face and the hands to the elbow. So with that, we even have it that in another book of fiqh gives us that another option. First one must have the intention to perform ablution, the purifying himself. Then he mentions Allah's name and strikes the soil with his hands and wipes his face and hands up to the wrist, starting with the right hand. Nothing is more authentic and clear than that, according to one hadith. So with that, performing tayammum, once you are performing it with pure sand or pure material that have been mentioned in the hadith, as I've been mentioned earlier, then you are good to go for your salat. Then what tayammum makes permissible? After performing tayammum, once one is pure and may perform any of the acts requiring prior
the ritual purification, such as praying and touching the Quran, then he does not have to perform it during time of a prayer, and he may pray as many prayers as he wishes. But there are some scholars, the popular opinion is that you perform one tayammum for one salat, for one obligatory salat, and that one is the most popular. So those some scholars, they prefer that if you have performed your tayammum, you can use your tayammum for so many salats, so many prayer as much as possible. But the most popular is that you perform one tayammum for one salat. I want to tell us that on a final note that ablution and tayammum, they are of the same category, even though water ablution is by water, which is also called wet ablution, but tayammum is dry ablution. Whatever invalidates water ablution when we have performed it also invalidates tayammum. So whatever happened to us when we have water ablution that have spoiled water ablution in us also spoiled tayammum. So with that, we should be aware that once we have anything in us that has happened to us, that we know that if we have water ablution, it has spoiled, then what we call tayammum has also spoiled as well. Inshallah, let us take note of that whenever we have water ablution. Then things that invalidate tayammum as well as water ablution, like when we spoil the air, then when we pass a speaker, also when we urine, and some other things like having women engagement, like you touch a woman for enjoyment, that one also invalidates tayammum as well as it has invalidated water ablution. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. We give thanks to Allah who has given us the opportunity to witness another Assalatu today. May Allah accept from us Assalatu ibadah. Today, we have a lot of prayer requests that we thought that shows that our viewers at home are following us. Let me start from here. This is one of our branches in Lagos here that he lost his father just last week, and he prayed that Allah forgives him, grant him at the Jannah. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This is another prayer request from Remo branch in Ogusun that we lost one of our sisters, Alaja Shuaga, some couple of days ago. May Allah forgive her, accept her return, and give her an eternal return. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. This one is from Lagos branch here, that we pray for my son to make Islam easy for him. It's only Allah that direct and that guide. You ask him to make Islam easy for the boy. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This other prayer request is from offshore, one of our members in UK, that we should pray for Allah for her that he should conceive this month of Ramadan. May Allah give her a desire. Ameen. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi. This is another prayer from all the way from Oshun that pray for my wife for the womb of the fruit of the womb. May Allah accept that. It's Allah that give. May Allah give her a desire. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi azim. This is another prayer from Oyosun. Pray for my sister who is adding a hair to her head this year, and Allah provide all our wishes. May Allah do that. Long life and prosperity. May Allah make her to live more life in this year. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi azim. This prayer is from Mr. Lawal Yusuf from Okodo Pipeline. He has all members to thank Allah for him. He has just contracted to Teaching Service Commission by Lagos State government. Join me in saying Alhamdulillah 3 times. Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. May Allah make the task easy for him. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This one is from a member in UK. My daughter is applying for study visa in Canada embassy for the second time. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for her to be granted this time. And also pray Almighty Allah provide for her a good and a religious partner. May Allah do that. May Allah accept the prayer. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. This is another prayer. This one is coming from our member in the USA. One is in USA, one is in Canada, the other one is in UK. The pray for Allah to give them, they want the resident permit. We ask Allah to grant them their request, give them their desire, and give them whatever they want. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. This one is coming from Lagos again, saying that may Allah accept all our heart desire and bless our effort as an act of ibadah in this month of Ramadan. May Allah accept that. Join me if you are home, join me by saying Amin of 3 times for that. Amin, 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 Ya Allah, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This is another prayer request that Allah to favor her and her husband in the renewal of their UK visa. It requires Allah to grant them the require, they want the UK visa. It's Allah who can do that. May Allah do that for them and accept their prayer. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. My request is that Allah should make me conceive this month. This is another one again. You want Allah to make him conceive this month again. We know Allah is capable of doing all things. It's only just when they say do, you just be. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. Let's recite to Allah. All of them go outside there that want to conceive this year. May Allah do that. When we get to the Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad, we repeat it 3 times. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad. Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad. Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. The other request here is that I want a partner, that Allah should provide a partner for her. That is a good Muslim brother. A good Muslim brother. May Allah do that. It is only Allah that can do that. May Allah grant your heart desire. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. This is another prayer request from our brother in Kogi there, that prayer for my son. He lost his job. May Allah provide another job of his choice for him. That is that. May Allah do that. May Allah provide the job for him. And when he provides the job, may Allah put barakah for him again. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. This one is from one of our hajjah in the upper north there, that he wants to prayer for Shifa. Prayer for Shifa. May Allah give her a good head. It is only Allah that Allah the salam is the one that gives head. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma rabba nazi atib al-ibada ishfi anta shafi la shifaha illa shifauka shifahan la yugadilu sakma wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. My brother over there, this prayer request is for every one of us. In this time of pandemic, we pray for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us, to guard us, so that none of us, none of our family ever experience that. Let's recite Surat Al-Baqarah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. Alam yaj'al kaydahum fi tadlil. Wa arsala alayhim tawran ababil tarmi bi jaratin sijil faj'alahum ka'asfin ma'kul. We pray for all of our chairmen over there who have been supporting us in all this time of pandemic. May Allah support you. May Allah guide you. May Allah provide for your need. May Allah be whatever you need. May Allah give it to you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Also, we pray for all our leaders, those who are in the government, the leaders in society. May Allah guide you. May Allah be with you. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. It is only Allah that can guide. You want Allah to guide you, to be with you, to provide for you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. This prayer request is for the Jelenke family. We pray for the Jelenke family. May Allah guide you. May Allah continue to provide for you. You have been useful in the cause of Islam. May Allah be with you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tayna al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. You can now bow and pray and say your intention while I read this prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta. Alayka tawakkaltu wa anta rabbul arshil azim. Man sha Allahu kana wa man lam yasha lam yakun. Wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta. Alayka tawakkaltu wa anta rabbul arshil azim. Man sha Allahu kana wa man lam yasha lam yakun. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. This is the third time. Let's see our intention again. May Allah give all what our desire. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta. Alayka tawakkaltu wa anta rabbul arshil azim. Man sha Allahu kana wa ma lam yasha lam yakun. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر كل دابة أنت آخذ بناصيتها. إن ربي على صراط مستقيم. Let's say Amin of together 3 times. Amin, Amin, Amin. Ya Allah. May Allah accept it. Guide us, be with us. May Allah accept all our ibadah this month of Ramadan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. This one is just for me. Now we can pray that my daughter is in the labor room now. You want me to pray for her that Allah deliver her. May Allah do that. Let's recite this together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya khaliqan nafsi minan nafs. Wa ya mukhrijan nafsi minan nafs. Wa ya mukhlisan nafsi minan nafs. Akhlisha. Summa sabila yasarahu. Summa sabila yasarahu. Summa sabila yasarahu. Summa sabila yasarahu. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-azim. This is another one saying that people are after my life, and I've started seeing dead people whenever I sleep. Pray for me for Allah protection. It is the only Allah that protect. May Allah protect you. May Allah guide you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. Man dhal ladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi idhnihi. Ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum. Wa la yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmihi illa bima sha'a. Wasi'a kursiyyuhu samawati wal arda wa la ya'uduhu hifdhuhuma wa huwa al-'aliyyul 'azim. Amin. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-'azim. This one is just coming again, saying that please help me recite Qul Huwallahu 3 times for my father. He died just 2 weeks ago. May Allah forgive him. May Allah guide him again of without. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul Huwallahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Qul Huwallahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Qul Huwallahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Let's together recite Birabbil Falaq, Birabbil Nas. This time of pandemic, may Allah save us and save all our family. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Min sharri ma khalaq. Wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab. Wa min sharri nafathati fil 'uqad. Wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. Malikin nas. Ilahin nas. Min sharri al-waswasil khannas. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum, Nasfat. This is Mariam Lemu. This just feels so strange, right? I'm so used to seeing the love, the full house, and the kind of energy that comes from Nasfat members, but Allah knows best. Ramadan Mubarak, with this new strain of this virus that has gone around the world and has affected so many lives. So much has gone wrong, but I see so much light as well that has come out of it, because this has been a time where so many people have been offering things free, their knowledge, their wisdom. You see many platforms that have opened where scholars can come and share what they have, and it's right there at our fingertips. So we thank Allah for the time we live in, where technology has accorded us the luxury of being able to be in lockdown while we continue to grow and learn. I've been telling everybody that I meet that if you come out of this lockdown the way you went in, something is wrong with you. So I pray you are growing and that the input is going to produce the right output, inshallah. I was asked to speak about having a peaceful home and how this time more than ever, relationships have been strained. My husband and I have been counseling so many couples and have been witnessing marriages that have been deteriorating and breaking down. People's patience have been pushed to the limit because for the first time, a real relationship is starting. All this time where we are so busy being busy, busy at work, busy making money, busy doing all sorts of things. We've never truly, for so many, been in a true relationship where we are day in and day out, almost 24/7 together with our families, and realizing this is who we are really married to. These are the problems we really have. These are the issues to do with the children and the upkeep of the house, and all sorts of things have gone under the microscope because we have time on our hands. So how do we navigate this? How do we try and go beyond the crisis and find, again, just like what Allah has blessed us with, find the light in this period? A lot of men are complaining that women are not appreciative of what they're doing. They're not supportive, yet the women are saying the man is just there. He's not helpful. He could do more and, is not helping around the house. I know a lady reached out to me that her husband locks himself in the room and he just keeps to himself. He's on his phone most of the time. He comes out just for a few things and then he's back in. And then men are complaining that the women are just complaining. Anyway, there's a problem. And we have to try and figure out how to move forward. The economic strain is a big one, and I know has affected so many people. And I always tell people money causes a lot of problems in relationships. So naturally, this is a time where there needs to be better understanding, because for some, their business has shattered. Their economic livelihood, where they get their money, is no longer coming in like before, which requires us to do the sabr, because this wasn't man-made. I mean, you didn't go out and create this for yourself. This is a trial and it has spread and it's affecting more than just you. So realizing that you're not alone, that so many others are going through this struggle during this period, I think is important. And then seeing it as an opportunity, the fact that you don't have to run to work. This is your opportunity to actually sit down and truly forge a real relationship with your spouse. You need to talk. I gave a lecture twice in the past week on communication and effective communication. And that is one of the main reasons why so many people get frustrated, because my spouse is not communicating to me effectively. They're not communicating empathy. They're not communicating at the right time, because timing is critical in a relationship. They're not communicating in the polite manner, in a way that, will not offend me or bruise my ego or make me upset. So this is really a time for us to grow, to learn. Since this lockdown began, my husband and I have enrolled in so many online courses. My husband enrolled in one to do with fitness. It's called the Longevity Blueprint. And he's learning new things about how to stay fit without having to go out, using what you have around you. And what I love is he now involves me. He does the step down with me. So today, together, we exercise and we do those things. And then I'm doing about 3 other courses. And those courses are also ones that as soon as I'm done, I sit with him and I share what I learned. There's this one about gratitude and having a gratitude journal that I love so much because it asks us to look at the smallest things, the simplest pleasures, and actually write them down as things you're grateful for. And someone like me, very deliberate in noticing Allah's gifts and being grateful about them. And it's something my mother taught me. So my husband and I talk about it, and we go out every day and we sit in the garden at 6 o'clock. And we do our zikr, but at the same time, we do a little chit chat. But during that time, we have been so blessed that it's the time when the birds come back to the trees and the insects go back to wherever it is they sleep. And the lizards take their final little bites of flowers or insects they can catch. And wallahi, it is so refreshing and so wonderful to connect everything to Allah and count our blessings that we have these gifts, multiple gifts we've been blessed with, even a beautiful sunset. It looks different every day. So it's a gift from Allah that we can take if we only look for the good in what is around us. Yes, there's a lot of darkness. A lot of people are suffering. People have lost their loved ones. They've lost their worldly goods. They're going through trials. They've lost the fruits of their labor. But let's go back to Surat Al-Baqarah, where Allah says, and most certainly we shall try you by means of danger, hunger, loss of your worldly goods, of lives and of the fruits of your labor. But he then says, but give glad tidings, give good news to those who are patient in adversity, whom when calamity befalls them, they say, from him we came and to him is our return. It is they upon whom descend the blessings, the mercy, the rahmah of their sustainer, and it is they who are on the right path. So just think about it, that if we are patient during this hard time, if we find the good in each other and the good around us, the opportunities, this is the best time ever to grow because you are at home, not by choice, by force. And you have an opportunity to use the world as your classroom. Go on YouTube, seize these free lectures that everybody seems to be giving. If you can afford it, enroll in the ones that you can pay for. But grow. Don't be the same person. Don't be stagnant. We've been in lockdown for 2 months here. Wallahi, I am not the same person as I was 2 months ago. I feel so alive. I feel so appreciative. I feel so grateful about so many things. I'm grateful to be a Muslim because Allah has given us so many gifts. And if we are grateful, we get rewarded for it. And I just keep saying, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I keep saying, Allah, thank you, Alhamdulillah, because I sit, like I said, in my garden and I feel a breeze and I say, Alhamdulillah, that feels so good. And then in addition to the growth, like I said, forge better relationships, get to know your children better, get to touch their lives more. We're so being busy. We're busy trying to earn money so that our families will be comfortable. What's the point about having all the money in the world if you've lost your children? Like when they are very young, up until around, I'd say 12, 13, you have so many opportunities before they go to secondary school, let me put it that way, to influence them, to plant seeds. I was someone whose parents planted seeds in me, seeds that germinated way later in my life. And those seeds were seeds of spirituality, which I rebelled against. And I know you've heard me talk about how I went for about 5 years or so where I even stopped praying, even though I grew up in Sheikh Ahmed Lemu's house and Aisha Lemu's house. But I found myself later on, and I know it's the seeds that my parents planted in me that germinated, And alhamdulillah, Allah's time is the best. And now I'm feeling the religion. I'm feeling Allah's presence in my heart. I feel He's closer to me than anything else. And He says, call on me and I will answer. So when I talk about seize opportunities, seize this opportunity to plant seeds in your children. Seize opportunities to forge a better relationship with them and with your spouse. Let them see you happy. They are modeling. They're going to model what they see in the home. So be the example, be the model, and follow the best of models. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given us so many examples of how he related with his children, his grandchildren, and his spouses, how they communicated, how they disagreed, but they maintained dignity no matter how upset they were. So why is it we pick and choose the parts of the Sunnah that we want to practice? We dissect the Quran and take things out of context that suit us and suit our lifestyles at the time. And then we sometimes allow culture and tradition to come and take a bigger, play a bigger role in our lives more than the faith. So I ask you to please, for the sake of Allah, use this opportunity to see the good and to bring out the good in your family, to get to know your family better, communicate. If you're a couple who are married, I ask you to use this opportunity to ask your spouse some key questions. How can I communicate better? You see, you're not saying, what am I doing wrong? But you are asking, what can I do better? Because you may be doing something wrong. But if you phrase it that way, it's easier for you to digest it so that the ego doesn't come in and interfere. And take it with dignity and grace that this is constructive feedback that's going to help you become a better person for your spouse. So how can I communicate better? What is it that you want me to do more of? What can I do differently? And then what can we do together? Do things of spirituality together as a family. Pray together. You have an opportunity to do your Taraweeh and Ibadah together. There's no better time because you have no excuse to go to the masjid now. Do it with your spouse. Lead by example. Do it with your children. And if your spouse is not with you, if you have kids that are old enough and they're boys, let them lead. Tell them, come lead us in prayer. Lead us in the Taraweeh, and let's do Tahajjud together. Do your iftar together as a family. Families that pray together, stay together. Families that eat together, stay together. Families that talk a lot, stay together. So use this opportunity to create a tight bond and plant seeds, and then have mutual respect, mutual growth, mutual understanding. Be patient, inshallah. After this hardship will come ease. And it's in the darkest hours, in the darkest nights that the stars shine the brightest. And it's during these times where we feel we're at our lowest of the low. We feel there's darkness everywhere, that Allah is closest to us. So let us make sure that while He's close to us, we honor Him. We show Him that we appreciate this is a trial, since He says He tests those that He loves most. Imagine, so if you are going through this hardship, say Alhamdulillah, because it means Allah loves you a lot. And if Allah is giving you a trial, just like you sit and prepare for your exams that you have sat for in university or whatever before, this is a trial from your Maker who you're going to go back to. You want to make sure you don't fail. You want to make sure you ask, what does Allah want me to learn from this? And how can I make sure I come up on top? Where He says, be patient. Give glad tidings to those who are patient during these hard times, who when this calamity befalls them, they know where they're going back to Him. And it is they descends the rahmah, the mercy of their sustainer. So come out on top, flourish during this time, thrive during this time. Some people have started new businesses during this time. It's forced them to be creative. Why? Because the world has gone digital. The world is now right here. This is the platform. So how do you take advantage of all the multiple gifts that Allah has blessed you with to bring out the best in you and to help others? This is the time you can serve. This is the time you can be creative and start a new business. Turn everything online, learn skills, so that after this COVID, inshallah, you will be much better. You will be fully equipped. You are reloaded with new skills. You've developed yourself. You've made yourself an asset. So the issue to do with communicating better is so important. communicate more effectively, find better ways to communicate effectively with your spouse. I beg you, please sit together and ask your spouse, how can I make you happier? This may be tough for some people because the thought of it, like ask my spouse that question. I ask you for the sake of Allah. If not, why are you together? Ask your spouse, how can I make you happier? We hear about so many who are so frustrated and they are transferring their aggression on their spouse today. For God's sakes, your spouse didn't cause this. It's frustration due to what's happening, but be patient during these hard times. This is a trial, but inshallah, it will come to pass. And are you going to be better out of it? Or are you going to be worse? Is the worst of you coming out of it? This is your time to shine. Like I said, everything you do, your children are watching you. Show them what they should do when these trials befall them later on in life. Let them remember how Mama and Baba handled it, how Mommy and Daddy handled these trials, that it brought them closer. Let them not look forward to an end to the lockdown because of how wonderful it was to be at home. For me, wallahi, even today, I said to my husband, I said, I'm really enjoying being home with you. And we don't have anybody but the two of us in our house. Our house help don't come. Our children have gone to university. They are in lockdown wherever they are. So it's literally just the two of us doing everything together. We are cleaning the house together as a team. My husband is not sitting there watching TV or being in his phone or on his phone or doing ibadah while I'm busy cleaning the house for him. He joins me, and wallahi, it makes the love stronger. Just before I started doing this recording, I was on another video Zoom conference with a group, and I had gone to the kitchen and I saw I had some plates that I had left from the night before in the kitchen. So I said, okay, after the video, I'm going to go and do the dishes. I came out and went to the kitchen, and to my surprise, it had already done it for me. You don't know, I made a dua for him, but I love him so much more for that consideration, that understanding. So this thing about, transferring aggression and, the partnership is going to make you love each other more. The time you spend together now, this may be the only opportunity in your lifetime that you're gonna see this come, where the two of you and your family are forced to be together under one roof, and you made it work. You came out on top. So I ask you, for the sake of Allah, recalibrate. Renew your intention. My father always said, Maryam ki jaddada niya, renew your intention. So renew your intention for your family, renew your intention for your spouse, renew your intention for your children and how you want to relate as a couple, what kind of family, what kind of culture you should have in your relationship. Now, if you focus on a few things, and I'm just going to share 6 things with you. Number 1, strengthen the spirituality together. Do it together. All your acts of ibadah, try and share what you can together. The second one is your mental, your intellectual growth, and your physical self. So that is number 2. Grow mentally, intellectually, develop yourself, develop your mind. Read, learn new things. And of course, I said the first one, Allah first. Develop your spirituality, do extra acts of ibadah, then develop your mind, take courses, read, go on YouTube, go on Google, go on TED Talks, read and learn and grow. Take care of yourself. Your mental health is so important, because if your battery is fully charged, you'll be able to give the world 100% of you, than 50% of a almost dead battery. So work on yourself. Then the third is your relationship with people. I love that my friends were calling me on WhatsApp group video chat. It was so nice and refreshing for me one day. I was just sitting, and then my friend called me, and then there was another friend on there, and we were just chatting and laughing. It was so beautiful and so nice. This is the time, like my husband and I chat with our boys almost every single day. Either we call, or they call, or we do a video group chat, but we keep ourselves connected even though we're not together. Call your loved ones or send messages to them. Make sure people know they matter. Even your employees, if you're a boss of them, send them messages. How are you? How are you coping during this time? See how you can keep that bond together, even if they are not just your loved ones, even if they're just your colleagues. The Prophet ﷺ said that I have been sent to tie the bonds of kinship. So keep that bond tight. Wallahi, they will appreciate just a simple message or a phone call from you. You don't know how much people love feeling that they matter, they're relevant, and that they mean something to people. So we've done spirituality with the mental, intellectual, and physical self. Take care of your body. Your body has a right over you. Exercise. Some people are getting fat from this lockdown. It's not an excuse. Then we mentioned relationships. Then another one you need to also work on is your professional growth. This is where I talked about learn new skills. Don't come out the way you went in. Be more creative in finding ways to do other things, things to improve your skills, make yourself more marketable, learn professional skills, learn how to better effective public speaking, learn how to do these kind of video things. Even me, I learned. Once upon a time while I was freaking out about doing Zoom and Facebook Live and Instagram Live, it's not been more than a month and a half since I started. It's this lockdown that forced me. I didn't know how to do them and I was running away from it. But look at now, I've gotten more confident, more comfortable. Now I'm doing them all by myself. I ask you please to grow, learn skills, organizational skills, professional skills, learn skills like crafts and arts. I have a dear friend, Amina, who learned on videos on YouTube and so on, taking short courses on how to make gift boxes and crafts. And she does the most amazing, beautiful work. Wallahi, I was so blown away by this lady and what she has learned just from doing, making herself an asset. So I ask you, please think about that. And then also develop in the area to do with your service. This is where people need you the most. Don't think, oh, I don't have enough. Allah will provide for you, however small it will be. Show people care, so show people compassion, so show people mercy during this time. Give if you can. Just check your store. You may have just, even if it is a bowl of rice that you can give somebody. You don't know what a difference it'll make in their lives, but please try, however small. Sometimes we're suffering from poverty of the mind. We have more than we can imagine. We just keep looking at others that have more than us and we think we don't have enough. I ask you, please be more generous, be more kind, do sadaqatun jariyah. And some people have gifts like skills they can offer. Do things fi sabilillah. Like giving these courses. So many are giving out courses online. Mufti Menk gave out his book that is so expensive. I think that book was over 10,000 naira per copy, and he gave them out for free. A PDF copy was made available for us. I mean, these are the kind of things that make you pray for someone, and may Allah bless you for all these acts of sadaqah. Be kind. This is an act of sadaqah. It's all acts of service. The Prophet ﷺ said we should lighten, we should relieve people from suffering and, lighten people's load and make them feel better. So try your best to lighten people's load and be kind and compassionate during this time more than ever. And I think, those are the most important things I want to share with you. Do them together though, as a family. It feels so much better. May Allah bless you all. May Allah continue to guide us. May Allah see us during these trying times. And may you all flourish. May you bloom during this period. May you get the full rewards of this month of Ramadan and way beyond. May the habits you are finding an opportunity to do during these 30 days, may you be able to sustain them long after the month of Ramadan. Jazakumullahu khairan nasfat. May Allah bless you all for everything you have been doing. May everything you do serve as a witness for you in the life to come, inshallah. Thank you for the opportunity and the privilege. It's always a pleasure for me to talk to
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We are moving towards the end of today's Assalatu. As I said at the beginning of the program, we have dedicated some time to celebrate our mothers. Today, the world has been declared as the World Mother's Day. And we know those that our women are playing in Nasrullah Al-Fatih, Nasra, the role the women are playing in the world. Our noble Prophet Muhammad reportedly said, when Imam came to him, he once said, Man ahabu nasi bikusini sahabati. You have the Prophet who is most deserving of my companionship? That's a question thrown to the Prophet by Imam. Said, Man ahabu nasi bikusini sahabati. Who is most deserving of my companionship? So Mama said Umuka. Sumama called her Umuka. Sumama called her Umuka. Three times. The fourth time, Prophet said Abuka. You now see the honor that the Prophet had for the women. The women, anyone asked for the person to accompany the most. To accompany the most. The Prophet mentioned his mother 3 times. Our women, our mothers, they deserve our prayers. And at the party, we recite Ayatul Kursi, Yakodija, Lilafi, for the mothers of the world. May Allah, the Almighty Allah, let you reap the fruit of your labor. Join me at home, reciting Ayatul Kursi, Yakodija, Lilafi, for all the mothers of the world. This time has been dedicated to them for their sacrifices, their selflessness, and for their interest in Nasrullah the party and in all the people of the world generally. Because without a woman, the family is not complete. We see you love la Khadija. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi. Man alladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi idhnihi. Ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum. ولا يؤتون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلى بقريش إلى بهم ليلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. The lesson that we have to take home from that is that if you have a mother at home, you can take care of them. Today, in commemoration of the Mother's Day, put a call through to your mother. Remember what she has done for you in your life. Remember the ways she used to bath, to take bath for you. Remember the ways she used to feed you. Remember the ways she used to have sleepless nights because of you. Remember Allah bless all the mothers of the world. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. I said also at the beginning of the program that we have a project in Nasrullah party in which we use to put smiles on the face of the downtrodden. We call it Nasfat Iftar Fund. It's a medium that you ask people to contribute to by just paying 800 per person to feed the mouth. We are not saying 800 only for 800 once. You can pay 800 to feed 10 people, that's 8,000 naira. You can pay that to feed 20 people, that's 16,000 naira. But make sure that people have their sahur, people have their iftar through you. Allah uses you for them not to go home on empty, not to go to bed on empty stomach. Nasrullah al-Fati set up a fund, we call it Nasfat Iftar Fund. If it is added, the money that we have realized so far, it is added to the money that you have disbursed during this lockdown period, is over 42 million naira. And the beneficiaries are over 97,000 individuals. We want to continue because our target is to make sure that 200,000 people have their meals, have their sahur and iftar taken care of by Nasrullah al-Fati using the fund donated by you. I enjoy you to see the opportunity of Ramadan, the month of bonuses, the month of multiple rewards, the month in which omission of a voluntary act will attract the reward of an obligatory act. The sadaqah you want to give, even though it's voluntary, Allah will record it for you as if you have done an obligatory act. Nasrullah al-Fati, Nasfat Iftar Fund. The account details are being scrolled on the screen. Use our platform to reach that truly. Use our platform to make some families to be happy today. To do matter Allah assist you as you do so. To feed a mouth, it is 800 naira. You can feed 100 people in a day. You can feed 8 people in a day, and Allah will reward you for doing that. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. We now move on to get of Surat Yasin. Before we start Surat Yasin, we ask you to keep your intention silently. But don't forget, those who are down with COVID-19 in your prayers, remember them, ask Allah to cure them, ask Allah to take care of them. Remember also those who are strong, ask Allah not to let us get infected with COVID-19. Remember all the workers, the paramedical, the medical workers, all those who are working to ensure that the pandemic is brought to an end. Remember them in your prayers and ask Allah to take care of their families as they have left homes. Most of them have not been at home for 1 week or 2 weeks. It doesn't matter that take care of their families for them. Remember our dear society who rely on the party in your prayers. We have a lot of projects. Our Fountain University located at Osugun, a 13-year-old university that is growing in leaps and bounds. Remember the university in your prayers. I remember Allah continue to shower his blessings on the university and on the entire students of that university. Remember our project, Nasfat Islamic Center, located at Kilometer 28, Lagos by the Expressway, Asheshe, Ogun State, southwestern part of Nigeria. Remember Allah make us complete the project very soon. In your prayers, remember all those who are facing challenges, be it financial challenges, emotional challenges, marital challenges. Nothing happens without your knowledge. Oh Allah, may you wipe their tears from their faces. Remember the government of this country, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, they are running like a skelter to stem the tide of COVID-19. May Allah bless their efforts. Remember all our members and non-members who are looking for the fruit of the wombs. May Allah answer their prayers. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فاتحة وياسين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم تنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون أولئك القول الأكثر فهم لا يؤمنون إن جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فإلى قوم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين يديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الكريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين بل لهم مثلا لأصحاب القرية إذ جاء المرسلون جعلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما وزدنا بالثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم ولنمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم وإن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا ما لا يجعلكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أعتقد من دونه آلهة يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عن شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذوني إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Oh Allah, we have no power to get good things for ourselves. We have no strength to want evils from ourselves except by you, the mightiest, the greatest. Will you answer all our prayers? Utbah, اللهم تمتنا بدعائك وتنا بإجابتك وقد دعوناك كما أمرتنا وأجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام إنك لا تخلف الميعاد اللهم تلقنا مجانا ورزقنا مجانا اللهم ارزقنا بقيا في ديني زيادة في العلم وكفاية في الرزق وسعة في بدني وتوبة قبل الموت وراحة عند الموت ومغفرة بعد الموت ونجاة الإسلام وجوازا إلى صراطي يا ذا الولي والإحسان برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين يا خالق الموت ويا سامع الصوت اللهم اجعلنا معبودنا بقلوب المؤمنين وبلغنا إلى 120 سنة من غير غزة ومرض وزدة وفقط يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم أرنا قواكم وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا باطلا باطلا وارزقنا بإذن به يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم استرنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم الأرض إليك لو جعلنا ممن دعاك فأجبت وتغفرك فغفرت وتنصرك فنصرت وتعداك فهديت وتوكل عليك وكفيت وتوب إليك وقبلت يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين اللهم انك قلت وقولك الحق ادعوني استجب لكم اللهم هذا الدعاء ومنك الاجابه وهذا الجود منا ولك التكلان ولا حول ولا قوه الا بالله العلي العظيم. As we do every week, we take one prayer for today. The prayer that you have to be doing every morning and every evening is Ya Apu. Ya Apu. 108 times. Ya Apu. One of the names of Allah. Where is emphasizing? Where is telling us that the Lord of the truth. Ya Apu. 108 times. May Allah make all our wishes to become reality. All the things we have asked for today, let them become realities. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. As we do advise every week, the lockdown has been relaxed, but still, don't let off the guard yet. Don't be reckless yet. Don't be careless yet. Continue to move about with your face mask, with your gloves, and with your hand sanitizer. May Allah continue to protect all of us. Go about with your hand sanitizer. We have explained it to you last week. That regardless of what it's made from, we have told you, even if it is made from alcohol, not everything that is around is impure. The fact that's made from around does not mean that it's impure. Secretariat, let us understand that an example is the poison. Poison is around, but it's not impure. If it touches your clothes after you perform ablution, it doesn't matter. Gold is around for men, but it's not impure. You can touch it after ablution. You can do whatever you like with it, but you cannot wear it as a man. That's what we are saying about not everything that is around is impure. Allah knows that. He said there's a cure in it. And for goodness sake, we have been using meditated spirit to wash our wound right from ages. May Allah continue to guide all of us. May Allah continue to teach us in Iman. May Allah continue to teach us in Taqwa. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.